God says, "Congratulations, for something that was long delayed in your life has finally been released from the heavens, and Archangel Michael himself has been commanded to deliver this truth directly to you. Your miracle has arrived, and it was delayed not because God had forgotten you, but because forces beyond your sight tried desperately to hold it back, hoping that you would grow tired, give up, or surrender the promise that was written in the book of your destiny before you were even born. But hear this clearly now: Michael is standing by your side, commanding with authority that this message cannot be skipped, ignored, or taken lightly. He is ordering you to open your heart immediately, because the words flowing now are not ordinary words. They are words carrying heavenly fire, carrying divine intervention, carrying the exact release you have been waiting for but didn't even know would arrive in this moment. God says there are times in your life when the world around you seems to collapse, when promises appear like distant shadows, and when people around you secretly hope that you will not rise again. Yet even in those seasons, heaven's record about you never changes. You were always chosen, you were always protected, you were always set apart for something greater than what they spoke about you. Every tear you shed in silence, every night you laid in bed wondering why the struggle felt so long, every time you looked upward and whispered if God even remembered your name, those whispers were not lost in the air. They were caught by angels, delivered into the throne room, and today you are receiving a response in the clearest and most undeniable form. Archangel Michael says, "Congratulations, because something has just shifted permanently in your favor." He says that the chains you thought were unbreakable have snapped with one strike of his sword. He says the delays that tormented your path are being scattered like dust in the wind. He says you are not reading this by coincidence, you are under divine appointment. You were meant to see these words, because this is the very moment heaven planned to confirm that the miracle has arrived, not tomorrow, not next year, not in some vague unknown time, but now, in this season, in this unfolding breath of your existence. God says there are people who counted you out, who said you would never make it, who laughed at your attempts to rise. They thought their words had power to limit you, but they did not realize that no curse spoken against you could stand when heaven itself has released a blessing on your name. You were written into the scroll of destiny with golden letters, and not even the enemy himself has permission to erase what God has decreed. Those who mocked you will soon see what the Lord had hidden. Those who secretly plotted against you will witness your lifting, and they will not understand how suddenly everything shifted for you. God says He has hidden your miracle until now because the wrong eyes were watching, and He needed the stage to clear of pretenders before unveiling the glory prepared for you. Archangel Michael says he has been fighting silently on your behalf in ways you cannot imagine. There were nights when battles raged in the unseen realm, battles that if you had even glimpsed, you would have fallen on your knees trembling. But Michael and his armies fought tirelessly for your soul, fought against the plans of destruction aimed at you, fought against voices whispering lies into the ears of those around you, fought against dark networks that wanted to swallow your blessings before you could hold them in your hands. Today He says, congratulations, because those battles are over, and victory has been sealed in your favor. God says the miracle you have been waiting for is not just a small change. It is not just a little blessing or a minor relief. This is a turning point. This is the kind of miracle that rewrites stories, that makes people look at your life and say only God could have done this. You will rise in such a way that the pain of the past will not even compare to the joy prepared for your future. You will look back and understand why it took so long, why the struggle was so intense, because what is being placed in your hands now is heavy with glory, and only a seasoned soul could carry it. You were not overlooked, you were preserved. You were not rejected, you were redirected. You were not abandoned, you were hidden for protection. And now the heavens say the wait is over. Congratulations, for your miracle has arrived. Archangel Michael is leaning close to you now, whispering into your spirit, urging you to listen with urgency. He says this message carries your exact key. If you ignore it, if you treat it lightly, you may miss the timing of what heaven is unlocking. He says this is not a game. He says too many times you have doubted your worth, doubted whether God would ever move for you, doubted whether angels even cared about your small life. But look at this moment. Do you see how heaven has aligned it so perfectly, so dramatically, so urgently, that you would be face to face with these words right now? That is proof in itself that you are seen, loved, remembered, and chosen. God says that in the days ahead, signs will begin to unfold quickly. Doors that were once shut will open so fast that you will barely have time to adjust. People you thought forgot about you will suddenly reach out, not by their will, but by divine compulsion. Opportunities that seemed lost forever will resurface, bigger and better than before. The finances you need, the healing you prayed for, the love you deserve, the justice you cried out for, these things are being dispatched in full measure. Heaven has signed the release papers, and Archangel Michael is overseeing their delivery. Nothing and no one can intercept what is already marked with your name. But God also says, do not let fear creep back in. Do not sabotage your own miracle by doubting at the final moment. This is the season where your faith must rise, even if you feel weak. Even if everything around you still looks the same, trust that in the unseen it has already shifted. Michael says the manifestation is rushing towards you like a river breaking through a dam, unstoppable, uncontrollable, undeniable. God says He saw every secret tear. He saw you when you smiled in public but cried alone at night. He saw you give when you had nothing left to give. He saw you hold on when others let go. And for that, heaven has declared, congratulations, your reward is here. Archangel Michael says you must repeat within yourself, this miracle is mine. This miracle cannot be stolen. This miracle will manifest now. Because when you speak it, you agree with heaven, and agreement with heaven is the seal that makes demons flee. God says people may ask, why you? Why should you be lifted? Why should you be blessed? Why should you suddenly rise when others have waited longer? And God's answer is simple, because He chose you. Not because you were perfect, not because you had everything figured out, but because even in your brokenness you kept turning your face upward. You didn't give up completely, even when you wanted to. You still hoped for something better, even when everything around you was collapsing. And that small mustard seed of faith was enough for heaven to move mountains on your behalf. So hear this once more, written across eternity: congratulations. Your miracle has arrived. Heaven will not allow you to miss this moment. Your angel, Archangel Michael, is standing firm, ensuring that no distraction, no deception, and no delay can rob you of what is yours. Now lift your spirit, breathe deeply, and say within yourself, I receive it. I believe it. I will walk in it. Because this is not the end of the message, it is the beginning of your new story. God says, congratulations, for truly your miracle has arrived, and Archangel Michael is standing at your side with a radiant light that refuses to let you turn away, refuses to let you miss this message. You may not realize it now, but your soul has been guided to this exact moment, and the heavens themselves have been preparing a release, a divine unfolding, an intervention that is too powerful to ignore. You have cried, you have struggled, you have endured so much weight in silence, and yet the angels never stopped surrounding you. They have carried your tears as offerings before God, and now they declare that a shift has taken place, the kind that no human can reverse. Heaven itself is insisting you open your spirit wide because the miracle is here, and this message is the confirmation you needed. You have wondered, why the battles? Why the waiting? Why so much delay when your heart was pure? And the answer is that every delay was secretly a divine protection, every blocked path was God rerouting you towards something greater, every silence from heaven was actually preparation for a louder revelation. Archangel Michael has been fighting unseen wars on your behalf, wars you never knew existed. While you slept, he stood with his flaming sword at the entrance of your destiny, striking down the shadows that tried to infiltrate your dreams. When people spoke against you, when jealousy rose up, when betrayals cut you, Michael stood between you and destruction. Many times you felt alone, but God says you were never abandoned. Congratulations, beloved soul, because today the heavens shift in your favor. The angel who walks with you refuses to let you skip this message, refuses to let you scroll past, refuses to let you delay, because your appointed moment has come. Every prayer, even the ones you whispered with trembling lips, has been collected. Every tear you shed in the dark has been poured into the chalice of heaven. God says that chalice is now overflowing, and when heaven overflows, it pours into your life as miracles, unexpected breakthroughs, restoration, and the kind of favor that people cannot understand. This is not a casual word. Archangel Michael says he is gripping your name in his hand right now. He is commanding attention over your life in the heavenly courts. He is declaring that the miracle written with your name on it has arrived, and no enemy can intercept it. The angels are serious. This message carries urgency, because heaven is opening something so vast, so life-changing, that ignoring it would mean missing your appointed visitation. God says you cannot miss this. That is why your angel is making sure your heart stays here long enough to receive it fully. You need to know how much you are loved. The enemy tried to make you believe you were forgotten, unseen, abandoned. But look at this very moment, proof that heaven interrupts your routine to reach you. Proof that you are worth divine interruption. Proof that Archangel Michael himself will not let you overlook what is yours. Congratulations, because heaven only interrupts when the breakthrough is too big to stay hidden. Your story has been written with valleys and shadows, but now the script is shifting to light, to victory, to restoration. You are not entering a season of almost. You are entering a season of fulfillment. God says what you thought would never happen is already arriving. The miracle is not just on its way, it has arrived. That means doors are already unlocked, that means alignments are already set, that means the atmosphere around you is already vibrating with divine change. Archangel Michael has stood watch for generations over God's people, and today he stands with you. His sword has cut chains in the unseen. He has confronted accusation spoken over your destiny. He has silenced voices that wanted to remove you. He is now lifting you into a place where the miracle is undeniable. You cannot argue with it. You cannot rationalize it away. It is too real, too personal, too precise. Think about the nights you felt crushed, the hours you questioned why you were still standing. Those nights were not wasted. They became the soil where your miracle has bloomed. God says even your suffering has been transformed into a seed, and today the seed breaks the ground with fruit. The angels rejoice, they sing over you, because your long-awaited miracle is here. Archangel Michael is shouting over your life in the Spirit, do not delay. Do not dismiss this. Do not think this is coincidence. Heaven does not deal in accidents. You are reading this because heaven decreed it. You are receiving this word because you were chosen. You are alive in this moment because your miracle is alive too. The two are connected, your breath and your blessing, your heartbeat and your breakthrough. Congratulations, beloved soul. You have been promoted in the Spirit. The tests you endured have authorized your elevation. Where others were disqualified by bitterness, you remained faithful enough to qualify for divine release. God says the reward is not a distant dream, it is a present reality. It is arriving in ways you never expected. Someone will call you with news. A letter will come into your hand. A door will swing open suddenly. The delay has collapsed, and the acceleration has begun. Your angel is insisting, do not walk away from this word. Receive it, seal it, claim it, because heaven is not speaking lightly. The throne room has spoken. The decree is written. Your miracle is stamped with God's authority. Archangel Michael has already escorted it out of heaven's gates and into your path. No power on earth can erase it. No jealousy can block it. No curse can stand in its way. God says, I am proud of you. You endured storms that could have broken you. You survived betrayals that could have destroyed you. You withstood nights of silence when your heart was desperate for answers. And still you kept walking. Still you kept believing. Still you kept breathing. That faith, that endurance, has summoned this miracle into your life. Congratulations, because today heaven is rewarding you openly. The angel beside you refuses to let you underestimate what is happening. This is not small. This is not ordinary. This is not just another day. This is the kind of shift that redefines your entire story. This is the kind of miracle that makes people say, only God could have done this. This is the kind of breakthrough that silences mockers and shocks enemies. God says you will not be put to shame. Your testimony will be loud. Your restoration will be undeniable. Congratulations, because you are stepping into answered prayers. Congratulations, because the closed doors are opening. Congratulations, because the heaviness is lifting. Congratulations, because the angel of the Lord is refusing to let you walk past this word without understanding that your miracle has arrived. And still the Spirit says, trust. Even if you cannot yet see the full picture, trust. Even if it has not fully materialized before your eyes, trust. The miracle is not waiting to be formed, it is waiting to be received. Archangel Michael is commanding, open your heart wide, open your hands wide, open your faith wide, because the blessing is pouring and you must be ready to hold it. You are chosen. You are loved. You are seen. You are surrounded. And now, you are blessed beyond what you imagined. God says, congratulations, for your miracle has arrived. God says to you in this very hour, congratulations, because the miracle you have been waiting for has already arrived. The reason this message has reached you is because heaven itself is determined not to let you miss the blessing that has been assigned with your name written upon it. Archangel Michael stands before you even now, radiant, holding a seal of light that testifies that the prayers you whispered, the tears you shed, and the moments you thought no one saw, were all collected by heaven. Nothing was wasted, nothing was ignored, and now the answer has come rushing like a river breaking through a dam. You must believe that your waiting has not been in vain, because the delays were never denials, they were divine preparation. The struggles you faced, the betrayals you endured, the nights of loneliness where you felt invisible, were all being shaped into the story that heaven is now unveiling for you. Archangel Michael is declaring loudly that this is not a season where you can afford to overlook or ignore what heaven has dispatched. Too many times in your past, opportunities brushed by you because fear, doubt, or distraction clouded your sight. This time, the heavens are not allowing you to walk past what belongs to you. That is why this message is urgent, why it cannot be delayed, and why your spirit has been stirred as if someone were calling your name in the middle of the night. It is because God has decided that your breakthrough is too important to be missed, your blessing too necessary to be overlooked, your miracle too critical to be ignored. Congratulations, because in the spirit realm the trumpet has already been sounded and the angels have already announced that your season of lack is closing, and your season of increase is opening wide before you. You may not feel it fully yet in the physical, but heaven operates before earth manifests. You are about to see the evidence unfold. Archangel Michael says that the doors you once knocked on in vain are now swinging open without resistance. The locks that held you out are breaking, the chains that tied you down are snapping, and the very people who thought they could stop your destiny are watching helplessly as God elevates you anyway. You have been asking silently in your heart, when will it be my turn? When will I see the promises fulfilled? How much longer must I hold on? And heaven answers today, your turn is now. Your waiting season has reached its conclusion. You are stepping into a prepared place, and no force of darkness, no gossiping tongue, no betraying hand, no manipulative plot can rob you of this appointed blessing. Archangel Michael has been fighting battles for you in unseen realms, cutting down forces that wanted you to give up, canceling attacks that were meant to drain your energy, and silencing whispers that tried to convince you were forgotten. You must know that the tears you cried were not wasted water, they watered the soil of your destiny. Every drop fell before the throne of God, and every cry became incense in the heavenly courts. Now the answers are raining down in abundance. Beloved soul, this message is not a coincidence, it is not random, it is not ordinary. It is urgent, and it is only for you. God says, congratulations, for your miracle has arrived. Archangel Michael himself declares that this is the moment you have been waiting for, and heaven is not allowing you to skip this message at any cost. You may have tried to ignore signs in the past, You may have thought that perhaps your time had not yet come, but now the heavens are aligned, the angels are surrounding you, and your miracle is being delivered to your spirit, your heart, and your life. This is not to be delayed. This is not to be questioned. This is to be received with open arms, trembling faith, and a heart that trusts fully in the one who has never abandoned you. God has watched your tears in secret. He has seen the nights when your heart was heavy and no one knew the depth of your pain. He has counted the hours you waited for a breakthrough that seemed impossible, the days you felt ignored, and the times you asked yourself if you were forgotten. But today, heaven answers you. Today, God confirms, you are not forgotten. You are chosen. You are loved. You are protected. And now, you are elevated. Archangel Michael is standing at your side right now, ensuring that this message reaches you in spirit, not just as words but as living truth. He refuses to let you bypass it because within these words is your key, your release, your confirmation, and your blessing. The miracle you have been waiting for is not something that can be postponed. Heaven says, now. The divine clock has struck. The appointed time has arrived. What was delayed is now delivered. What was hidden is now revealed. What was locked is now opened. You will see in the coming days how doors that once resisted you suddenly swing wide. People who once ignored you will be compelled to notice you. Opportunities that once seemed far away will chase you instead. This is not imagination. This is not false hope. This is God's word reaching your soul, assuring you that His promises never fail. You may feel weak, but the miracle is stronger than your weakness. You may feel uncertain, but the miracle is more real than your doubts. You may feel that you are undeserving, but heaven does not grant blessings based on human calculations. It flows out of divine mercy, divine love, and divine timing. God says this miracle has your name on it. It was written for you before you were born. It was sealed in heavenly places before you even prayed for it. And now it descends upon your life. The enemy cannot stop it, no human hand can block it, and no circumstance can prevent it. Archangel Michael urges you to listen carefully because he is on guard for you in this very hour. He has shielded you from unseen dangers, he has cut down invisible cords that sought to bind you, and he has pushed back the shadows that tried to steal your future. If you knew the intensity of his warfare for your sake, you would understand why he does not want you to take these words lightly. He has fought for you because God commanded him to, and the fruit of that battle is your miracle today. Beloved soul, the journey was not easy. You endured betrayal, misunderstanding, and even seasons where silence seemed louder than hope. But every delay was only a preparation, every hardship was only shaping you, and every tear watered the ground of your miracle. Now, heaven says, you shall reap. You shall rejoice. You shall walk in what was promised. The heaviness is lifting even now as you read these words. Feel it in your spirit. That pressure that sat on your chest, that confusion that clouded your mind, that heaviness that drained your energy, it is being lifted away. You are safe. You are covered. You are rising. Trust God fully in this hour. Do not allow fear to whisper that it is too good to be true. God does not play with His children. He does not raise expectations only to crush them. He is faithful, steady, and true. This miracle is evidence that His eyes are always on you, His hands always guide you, and His love always carries you. Pray to Him with gratitude, for your prayer is not a desperate plea anymore, it is now thanksgiving for the answered promise. Do not be afraid of what tomorrow brings, for tomorrow is already written by the same God who holds your life. Nothing will go wrong with you. Even if storms roar, they will not drown you. Even if fires rise, they will not consume you. Even if enemies plot, they will not succeed. For God is with you, and His presence is stronger than anything against you. You are safe, beloved, you are divinely safe. Let your faith rise again. Let hope fill your chest again. Let joy spring from within you again. You are not at the end, you are at the beginning of a divine chapter. This is your season of restoration, your hour of elevation, your moment of miraculous unfolding. Heaven sings over you today, the angels rejoice around you, and Archangel Michael stands guard to ensure nothing interferes with this delivery. Breathe deeply, for what you feel in this moment is not just emotion, it is the Spirit of God confirming to your heart that this is your word. Hold it close. Guard it. Believe it. Pray into it. And watch how quickly it manifests in your life. The miracle is here. Congratulations, beloved soul. God has spoken. Beloved soul, listen carefully because this is not an ordinary moment. God says congratulations, because your miracle has arrived, and this message is not to be taken lightly. Archangel Michael has spoken, and he is standing beside you even now, making sure you do not skip this message at any cost. This is not a coincidence, it is not chance, it is not a random sequence of events, this is divine alignment. Your angel has been fighting for you, protecting you, guarding you, and now the hour has come where all the battles fought on your behalf are turning into victory. You must open your heart wide and receive this because heaven has been preparing this moment for a long time. God says, "Child, you are not forgotten, you are not abandoned, and you are not without hope." The trials you endured, the nights you cried yourself to sleep, the silent prayers you whispered when no one saw you, none of them were wasted. Every single tear was counted, every sigh was heard, and every wound is being healed. Your miracle has arrived, and it is entering your life with the authority of heaven itself. You may have thought that the waiting would never end, that your suffering was unnoticed, but your Father in heaven has been keeping track. Archangel Michael has stood in the heavens and fought back forces of darkness that tried to delay you, that tried to steal from you, that tried to convince you that nothing would ever change. But God says today is different. The miracle you have longed for is here, and nothing can stop it. This message is urgent because if you close your heart, if you doubt, if you ignore, then you will delay what is already prepared. That is why your angel has not allowed you to skip this message. He is stirring you, pulling you, nudging you, whispering to your spirit, "Listen, this is for you. This is not for someone else. This is your divine appointment." God says, rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. The fear you feel will not destroy you. The uncertainty you live with will not ruin you. You are safe, for the hand of the Almighty covers you. You are being carried, though you did not realize it. The very road that felt unbearable has now become the very evidence that God is real, because He sustained you when you should have broken. Your miracle has arrived because the time has reached fullness. What you have been praying for has been released. The heavens have shifted, and the earth will respond. Doors that were closed will open. Opportunities that were hidden will reveal themselves. People that ignored you will remember you. Places where you were denied will call your name. Archangel Michael says to you with urgency, do not doubt. The enemy has whispered to you that you are not worthy, that you are not chosen, that nothing will change. But the enemy is a liar, and this is the hour where God Himself exposes those lies. You are chosen. You are loved. You are seen. The miracle arriving in your life is not about whether you deserved it, it is about the unshakable promise of God. His covenant with you is not breakable by circumstances. His love for you is not diminished by your failures. His plan for you is not erased by what others said about you. This is why Michael has fought for you, to silence every false word, to cut down every barrier, to remove every chain. You have been standing at the edge of breakthrough without realizing how close you were. That is why the battles have been so intense recently. That is why the pressure increased, why confusion tried to overtake your mind, why exhaustion tried to make you give up. The reason is simple, because you were one step away from this moment. When the enemy saw your miracle drawing near, he tried harder to stop you. But God says the miracle could not be stopped. It has been delivered into your hands today. All you must do is trust. Trust with your whole heart. Pray with your whole spirit. Refuse to let go of this word. This is your inheritance, your blessing, your long-awaited answer. God says, I have not left you. I have not failed you. I have not forgotten you. My child, I was always there. If you look back now, you will see the fingerprints of heaven in the moments where you thought you were alone. You will remember the times when everything almost collapsed but somehow you survived. That was your angel keeping watch. That was Michael standing guard, making sure the arrows of the enemy did not pierce your soul. You are alive because heaven defended you. And now that same heaven is rejoicing, because the miracle you need is finally before you. This message is not casual, it is divine intervention. God says the blessings you lost will return in double measure. The love you thought you missed will manifest in a truer, deeper way. The opportunities you thought passed you by will come again in greater form. Every delay is being turned into acceleration. Every loss is being turned into restoration. Every rejection is being turned into redirection. Your story is not ending in defeat, it is transforming into testimony. Beloved soul, listen again, your miracle has arrived. Archangel Michael says it is urgent you receive this truth into your heart. He warns you, do not let doubt or distraction steal this moment. This is not an ordinary day. This is a holy day, marked in heaven's calendar. God's word over you is life, protection, abundance, and breakthrough. You are safe. You are covered. You are loved. And you are about to see what you have only dreamed of. Pray to Him, thank Him, trust Him. Do not fear the storm, for the storm is already passing. Do not fear the opposition, for it has already been defeated. Do not fear the unknown, for God is already ahead of you. Walk forward in faith, because the angel is beside you, and the miracle is within you. Heaven has spoken, the earth will align, and your life will never be the same. This is your moment. This is your miracle. And it will not be taken from you, beloved soul. This message is urgent and it is only for you. God says, congratulations, because your miracle has already been released. Archangel Michael says with great seriousness that your angel is not going to allow you to skip this message at any cost. You have been divinely ordered to open your heart and receive, because heaven has decided that the waiting season for you is over. Your prayers, your tears, your silent battles, your long nights of questioning, your cries that no one else heard, God heard them all. And now, the answer has been released. Nothing can stop this, nothing can block it, because when God speaks, every power that tried to silence you is rendered powerless. There is something very important you need to understand right now. Heaven has been aligning things in your favor even when you thought everything was against you. Every delay, every rejection, every disappointment you faced was not a punishment but a preparation. It was God clearing away what did not belong, so that when your miracle arrived, there would be no confusion about whether it was truly for you. Archangel Michael has been guarding you in silence, standing at the doors of your destiny, ensuring that no thief, no liar, no deceiver could take what was meant for your life. That is why you are reading these words at this exact moment, because heaven orchestrated it. Your miracle is not small. It is not just an ordinary blessing. It is something that is going to shift your entire life. The doors that were locked for years are going to burst open. The people who ignored you are going to witness your rise. The very places where you were rejected will become the platforms where God shows His glory in you. And Archangel Michael is saying with urgency, do not doubt this. Do not let fear tell you this is too good to be true. Heaven does not lie. You have been through storms that could have broken anyone else, but they did not break you because you were chosen. Every setback you endured was watched over by angels. Every time you thought you had reached your breaking point, God sent unseen hands to hold you together. That is why even though you faced losses, you were never fully lost. Even though you cried, you were never abandoned. Even though you were attacked, you were never destroyed. Because you carry a seal upon your spirit, a seal of divine ownership, which says that you belong to God, and no force in existence can overturn that truth. Right now, in this very hour, there are angels moving on your behalf. There are situations shifting without your knowledge. There are people being positioned to deliver blessings into your life. There are letters, phone calls, and opportunities aligning themselves because God's word has gone forth, and it cannot return void. Your miracle is not in the future, it has already been declared. Heaven's declaration is greater than any earthly opposition. God says, do not fear. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe, you are shielded, you are under divine protection. Even the battles that were meant to destroy you have turned into battles that revealed how strong you are when God is with you. Archangel Michael himself has drawn his sword on your behalf, cutting away obstacles, breaking chains, silencing enemies, and clearing your path so that when you step forward, nothing can hold you back. You must understand the urgency of this moment. This is not a time to delay, not a time to hesitate. God is requiring your trust, your prayer, your belief. Your miracle is not being held up any longer, it is here. The only thing heaven asks of you is that you open your heart fully, without fear, without doubt, without second-guessing. The enemy will whisper to you that nothing has changed, but those whispers are lies. Even now, change is in motion. Even now, the unseen is becoming visible. Even now, your miracle is unfolding like a dawn breaking after a long night. Do not be surprised when unexpected doors open for you. Do not be surprised when someone reaches out with favor. Do not be surprised when financial blessings flow in ways you could not have imagined. Do not be surprised when healing manifests, when reconciliation takes place, when love enters, when joy replaces sorrow. This is your appointed time. The tears you cried were not wasted, they watered the seeds of your miracle. And now the harvest is breaking forth. Archangel Michael insists that you pay attention to divine signs in the coming days. He will not allow you to miss them. You may see repeated numbers, dreams that feel more real than usual, sudden thoughts that press upon your spirit. These are confirmations. Heaven communicates in many ways, and right now heaven is being very loud on your behalf. God wants you to know without a single doubt, the battle is over, the waiting is over, the breakthrough is here. Your faith has been tested like gold in fire, and now it shines brighter than ever before. What once felt like delay was divine timing. What once felt like rejection was redirection. What once felt like silence was preparation. And today, in this very moment, heaven is celebrating you. Congratulations, beloved soul, because your miracle is not just arriving, it has arrived. It is sealed, protected, and ordained. No hand can steal it, no tongue can curse it, no force can stop it. God says, continue to pray, continue to trust, continue to walk forward boldly. Do not look back at the pain of yesterday, because the blessings of tomorrow are too great. Do not hold on to fear, because faith is the key that unlocks the door that has already been placed before you. You are safe. You are loved. You are chosen. And this message is proof that heaven is watching over you with great attention. Beloved, as you receive these words, let peace settle over you. Let every worry fall away. Let every fear dissolve. Because God has spoken, and what He speaks becomes reality. Your miracle is here. Your breakthrough is secured. Archangel Michael stands guard over you, ensuring that nothing interferes with the delivery of what has already been released. Congratulations, your time has come. Beloved child of God, hear this message, because it has been delivered directly to you and not by chance, not by coincidence, not by any human orchestration. Heaven is speaking, and when heaven speaks, every power that once tried to stand against you trembles and loses its authority. God says, congratulations, because your miracle has finally arrived,